against punitive policies. We're here today to condemn the senseless brutality and state-sanctioned execution of civilians by police, which is becoming the new normal in Kenya. We are deeply concerned at the repeated instances of police brutality against innocent and law-abiding citizens. Yesterday, this brutality gained a new notoriety. Police not only fired bullets at citizens who were gathering for a rally in Kamkunji, far from the CBD, they also fired tear gas into a primary school right here in Nairobi, exposing to mortal danger our very innocent children who had absolutely no idea or who were not involved in any way in these demonstrations. The brutality is not ad hoc. It is coordinated. It is even ethnicized. A special ethnic-based killer squad has been formed within the larger police service to brutalize and carry out summary execution of citizens in the name of protecting what they have been made to believe is their regime. This squad is taking instructions from an equally ethnic-based command structure that operates outside the official channels of the police service. As if this is not enough, a killer squad that is not part of the police service is being activated to operate as part of the police to brutalize Kenyans. This squad was in its true element yesterday. They were firing at protesters from unmarked vehicles that we know belong to the police in places like Mlolongo and Kitengela. There were murders, injuries, arrests in as diverse places, including Machakos, Kisumu, Kisii, Busia, Wote, Emali, Meru, and Kilifi, among others. We're in the process of compiling complete data from across the nation on the victims of this operation, and we'll share the same with the country in due course. These acts of brutality are running side by side with politically supported acts of ethnic profiling in parts of the country where ethnic-based militias are being formed and facilitated to attack other communities with crude weapons with the support of the state. It is happening right now in parts of Nyanza, along the Kisii-Kericho and Kisumu-Kericho borders. It is happening here in Nairobi too. Someone is working on a script of ethnic profiling, antagonism, and murder, much similar to what happened here in 1991, 1992, 1997, in the infamous tribal clashes, and also in the 2007-2008 period. The world has known of the butcher of Cambodia. This was before other butchers. Today, it will appear there is a butcher of Kenya in the making. We call on Kenyans to refuse to be intimidated in their own country. We urge Kenyans to be firm and to resist this deliberate effort to turn the National Police Service into a killer squad for hire by politicians and the regime suffering acutely from legitimacy deficit. We are going beyond merely condemning this emerging pattern. We have instructed our lawyers to prepare and institute local proceedings against police officers who have gone against their duty of protecting life and property of Kenyans and instead have become a threat to the very citizens they're supposed to protect. In this regard, we are appealing to all Kenyans who have photographic or video evidence of police brutalizing citizens to share the same with us to aid the case that our legal team is working on. Going forward, we appeal to Kenyans to resort to citizen journalism and photograph and film state officers, including police and politicians who in the course of duty abuse and brutalize their fellow citizens. Because the regime has decided to turn all institutions of the state against the citizens, we have no option but to act to protect ourselves. We are going for individual responsibility and culpability against individual officers. We are also going for individual culpability against police commanders, whom we have reason to believe know or ought to know